boxing, July 19th is going to be the refight of Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. Now, the first fight happened, and for me personally, I thought Dubois should have won that fight because, in my opinion, that was not a low blow. That was a legal blow. Dubois was devastated that it wasn't counted out, and I was as well, because I like fairness and I do not think that was fair. And of course, I'm a conspiracy theorist, as sometimes in boxing there are some decisions that don't make sense. There's some decisions that look more like business decisions. Now, what do I think is going to happen in the rematch that is going to be on the 19th of July in a couple of weeks? Well, Usyk is a fantastic fighter. At the end of the day, we have seen what he has achieved. He has unified the belts. He literally, after the Dubois fight, I mean, he's been impressing for such a long time. And then, of course, his biggest test for me was when he went into the ring twice against Tyson Fury. And he outclassed him from beginning to end. Well, actually, with the first fight, the first 6, he looked a bit like he was a bit wobbly, a bit out of his depth. But he came back. He literally whitewashed him in the end. And the second fight was a complete demolition. He just got him and he finished him off. We've seen what he did to AJ. We have seen what he has done, and he is incredible. Now, we know what he can do. He is the favorite going into this fight only because of his reputation and his fight card. Now, regarding Daniel Dubois, I've always had this little brother thing for Daniel Dubois. You know, for me, I'm always like rooting for him, hoping he does really well. But let's be honest, this is a professional. He's 27. He's not a kid anymore. I've seen him in a few fights. I rewatched his fight against Jarrell Miller, and he was all right. That was immediately after the controversial loss against Dubois, and everyone was thinking, well, the way he sort of lost that fight after, you know, his reaction to disappointment, to cause going badly, was quite disappointing, because when he didn't get that decision, when he thought he had knocked Usyk down, he sort of went into himself. But you also have to remember that in that fight, his dad did not stay with him. He was not on the side. He was not supporting him. He refused to come to the fight because he was so nervous. But one of his coaches said that the only person who he listens to while he's fighting, he can find his dad's voice. And his dad vowed after that he would never abandon him again, because it's so important to support the son. He's the one who brought him into the boxing game. Anyway, if you haven't seen the documentary they did, I suggest you go and watch it, because it shows a lot of Daniel Dubois, where he's come from and how he's got to where he is. I digress. Let's go back to Usyk Dubois 2. So Jarrell Miller, he gets the win. Now, when I saw his fight against Hrgović, I thought, wow, what has happened to him? It's almost like after Jarrell Miller, after the disappointment of Usyk 1, he sort of woke up and realized no one was out there going to do him any favors. You know, it's business. You have to have something about you for these boxing boards, these referees, these promoters to come and sort of do you a favor. There are a lot of favors that happen in any sports, but in boxing especially, they have a reputation. He changed his demeanor. He was forceful. He was aggressive, and he won himself a fight. Despite winning the fight against Hrgović, he won himself an opportunity to go and fight Anthony Joshua. And we saw that fight. Anthony was demolished from the first round till he KO'd him. It was a spectacular performance. I would have loved to see him fight Parker, but then he became ill. Regardless, of course, you know, this is great. He's managed somehow to talk himself into a fight against Usyk, and it's going to be Usyk versus Dubois, the second chance, and I do not think he'll get another chance to sort of have a big result. This is his opportunity. If we see the Dubois that fought AJ, the Dubois that fought Hrgović, no fear, just go in from round one, just focus on the opponent. I think he's got a great chance only because he has got great power, and he showed that he had some movement, some fast movement against Joshua and against Hrgović. So if he can showcase those skills, I reckon we might have a surprise. Only if he can do it, you know. Let's see what he is made of. But of course, he is a supreme athlete. You don't get where he's got to without taking your chances. But neither, you know, you've got Usyk. He's not going to let Dubois come in and dictate the pace. We know this. But, and I'm trying to make excuses. I'm trying to find a scenario where Usyk is not going to come to bring his A game. It's not possible. The guy is a supreme professional. He's going to, and he knows what happened. Despite him saying that it was a low blow and he took those 3 minutes, I do not think he believes himself. There's no way he believes himself that that was a low blow unless he's just lying to himself. And that is prerogative. But if he's careless enough to let Dubois land a good punch on him, I reckon we might have a surprise. I am still going to say that Usyk is a favorite. Definitely the favorite. That just goes without saying. Usyk is the number one in this boxing weight class because he has done what he has to do. I think he's favorite. Would I put money on Dubois winning? Probably not, but I really want him to win only so that we can see what more he can do and where he can take, you know, how much he can progress. I would like to see him win only because of what happened the last time that they fought. And I am a sucker for, you know, a sob story. You know, that for me was a major sob story. I wanted him to win. He's young. He looks very gentle. He's like a teddy bear. If he wins, it will be a great story. But I can't see Usyk letting him do that. And I guess that is why we like sport. We don't know what happens until it happens. So I will see you all in the next few weeks as we sort of unpack and see what is going to happen on the night, and we're going to discuss it more. And definitely I will be seeing you at the end of the fight on July the 19th to discuss what happens in this amazing matchup. All right then, thank you and catch you later. Let me know what you think will happen in that fight. Thanks.